What's going on, you guys? Hey, welcome back. Really quick before we hop into this one, I just wanted to give a quick message of gratitude for all you guys watching me. I know I don't say it too often, but it has just been absolutely mind-blowing what has happened to this channel in almost a year. You guys are amazing. You guys, I read you guys' comments. I appreciate all the support as you follow me, learning about Europe, and also hanging in there when I have my dumb moments or my confused moments. Just again, really appreciate it. Today though, we are checking out living in Netherlands for 8 years, what they don't tell you. This one's coming from the Selfish Codependence Life Abroad YouTube channel. This should be a good one. I love these videos where people move to a country and then kind of give their perspective on it, like a little bit of shock value, cultural differences. I'm not too sure where she's originally from. I would imagine not originally from the Netherlands if she's been there for 8 years, but all right, I'm just rambling now. Smash like button. Let's get into the video.
This is me cycling against the rain, getting hit by a bike, and getting surprised by a high bill I just got.
Trying to guess where she's from the accent. Kind of sounds German, maybe a little bit more east.
Despite all this, I love the Netherlands, and there are a lot of reasons to love this country for. But if you want to move here, you should know the full picture, and that's what this video is about. One of the biggest surprises for me about the Netherlands is medical system, and it seems like it's surprising not only for me because I received so many messages from you guys telling me.
Let's see here. Not surviving the I had a horrible example. They could not understand whether I have appendix 2 days. I was rushed. What are these? Going to my home in my country. Dutch system is the worst. Also having international insurance. My Spanish insurance when I... Okay. All right.
Not only for me because I received so many messages from you guys telling me the same. So let me break it down. Number one is that the medical system here is not preventive. It means that if I want to get my blood work done or want to just check if I'm healthy, it's not possible unless I have severe complaints. And that's something I wish I knew before I moved here. And number two is that the system is built...
That's interesting. I had no idea. I mean, this video is only a year old, so I would imagine that the information is pretty up to date. So there's no preventative coverage. Like I just had a doctor's appointment like 2 weeks ago, and they draw my blood. I get a quick little checkup, meet with my doctor, do it annually. I pay out of pocket for it because American insurance is just astronomical, so we keep like emergency coverage, and then we pay for everything out of pocket. But all right, that's interesting. I didn't know that. And then what she got number two here?
Something I wish I knew before I moved here. And number two is that the system is built in a way that they only take you seriously if you are nearly dying. I'll give you an example. First, you're going to a general practitioner, and if they think that what you are struggling with is serious enough, they refer you to a specialist. But here is the trick. You really need to convince them that what you are having is serious, because otherwise they will give you paracetamol and send you home. It gets so ridiculous that because of this, Dutch doctors are not capable of detecting a serious illness at an early stage. They tell you that
it's just how your body works,
or it can be a coincidence. I received so many heartbreaking stories on Instagram about that, and that triggers people to think about moving out of the Netherlands. What happens with me is that I was sick 3 times during the course of 6 months. I called my GP a few times, but they didn't want to see me because in their opinion it was not serious enough. But I know my body, and I knew that something was off. So in the end I had to diagnose myself, find out myself what was wrong with me, and find some supplemental medicine that would help. I shared more about how the Dutch medical system works in this video. I will link it somewhere here. I just returned from a 1 month of vacation where my employer hasn't called me even once. The sole fact that I can leave for the whole month is already amazing, because I know that in many countries people can take a 1 or 2 week max vacation, but here in the Netherlands
2 weeks max.
You can leave for the whole month and it's not considered something outstanding. When I was leaving, my boss joked about it because he wanted to keep making the progress, and when I'm away it's simply not possible. But for the rest it was a very smooth process because holidays in the Netherlands are sacred. Also, you're not expected to stay overtime, because I think in the Netherlands there is much more awareness that staying overtime as a repeat pattern can lead to burnout, which is not beneficial for either parties. I don't want to pay.
Yeah, I mean, we've been over the work-life balance difference between you know, a lot of different countries inside of Europe. And yeah, you guys have it down really,
It's a
really good.
rose-colored image like the Netherlands is such a perfect country. We still work for money-driven companies in the end, but I do think that there is much more awareness in the Netherlands about personal well-being, employees' mental health, and need to take rest than in many other countries. People often ask me about the weather in the Netherlands. Look, it's June now, and yes, it's sunny, but I'm wearing a t-shirt, a fleece, and a jacket, and I'm not feeling too warm at all. From March until November, the weather is approximately like this. Sometimes sunny, sometimes gloomy, sometimes rainy, and when you go out, it's important that you wear layers and you always bring your sunglasses and an umbrella, because even if it's sunny now, maybe in the next 5 minutes it can start pouring with rain. From November till March, it rains almost every day. It's rainy, gray, and gloomy. But at least you know what to expect and it's stable. It's very hard to cope with that mentally, especially when you're...
As somebody who's grown up in an area, a state here that it didn't rain that much, California, Southern California to be specific, I can tell you now that I live in an area where it does rain a lot, a lot here. It is just so much more beautiful. Can I tell you, when everything is green constantly, especially in the springtime right now, I was just out on a run today and all the trees were blooming. Everything is just lush. It's amazing. So I would imagine that Netherlands is probably very similar, very green. I can handle the rain. I kind of like it, but I know some people get a little turned off by it constantly raining.
Entering the period of November, because you know that it's gonna get only worse. The worst month, in my opinion, are November and December, because on top of it being super gloomy and gray, you also don't see the daylight. The sun sets at around 4 and rises at around 8. The day hours you spend at work. And the most tricky part of it is that it's just
dark.
starting, so it can really affect your mental health. Wait, let me give you a tip on how to cope with it. Either take your vitamins, especially vitamin D, or leave the Netherlands during this period. You should definitely get a bicycle if you move to the Netherlands, because the whole infrastructure
I would be riding a bike everywhere.
So if you don't have a bike, you are likely going to miss out. The Dutch are cycling everywhere, and we expats as well, whether it's going to the cinema, picking up a parcel, going on a date, to a bar, whatever it is, people are cycling here.
I can't even imagine going to meet someone on a date and riding a bike there. That is so cool. I'm like taking a flashback to all the dates I've ever been on. No, I don't think I've ever ridden a bike other than when we were at the beach, but we drove there and then rode a bike around.
There are a few things to consider when cycling in the Netherlands. The first one is this. Be aware of pedestrians.
Get out of the way.
Don't be me. Don't be that person who stands on a bike lane. Another one is that bicycle is not considered a pedestrian, so the same rules for a driver apply. The next one can be a bit counterintuitive, depending on where you come from. The priority in the Netherlands is always on the right, if not specified by road markings, signs, or traffic lights. I truly admire the Dutch for their incredible cycling skills. You will see pregnant women maintaining balance on bikes better than any athletes, parents bringing their kids to school by bike, and people peeling oranges while cycling. It's truly amazing, and I love living in a country where cycling is made so easy. I'm now at Albert.
Yeah, look at all these pathways for bikes.
Let's check how much things cost here.
Yeah, it's crazy. 1 kilo of chicken.
Oh, we're getting a supermarket.
Euros. No, it makes.
All right.
Yeah, it's crazy. 1 kilo of chicken is 17 euros.
That's a little high for chicken. Let's see what else is going on. 17 euros for a kilo of chicken.
Now it makes a little bit more sense why the Dutch eat cheese and bread for lunch. It's the cheapest you can find here.
Pretty cheap, okay. Maybe it's not too bad. Okay.
Prices here are going to be relative for you. It depends on where you come from. If you come from LA, you might feel like you got into a paradise. But if you come from France or Germany, you might sense how expensive things are here. My subjective feeling is that for every single step here, you have to pay. And I understand that it's like this pretty much everywhere. But the difference is that what you have to pay here is quite a lot. I have another video where I
Okay.
broke down prices in the Netherlands and what you should expect to pay here. I will link it somewhere here. But here I want to give you some highlights. Rent has skyrocketed in the past years. When I moved to Eindhoven in 2017, I paid around 700 euros for a studio. That studio was 1 kilometer away from the city center and the location was quite nice.
That's pretty
now,
good.
700 euros, like it doesn't exist. I don't know what
Impossible.
you can get. Maybe a room in a shared house. We also pay high income tax in the Netherlands. You should expect to pay around 35%, and the tax system here is progressive. And on top of that, we pay other taxes.
35% is actually not that bad. Have we done a Dutch breakdown of taxes? Well, we just did one. I think we did a Danish one. I'm assuming that there's more taxes on top of the 35% because I think the Netherlands is close to 50 overall, kind of like what you pay.
Like water tax or trash tax. For the health insurance, you should expect to pay around 150 euros per month, but this amount depends on your age and what you want to be covered. In terms of gym memberships, I outlined everything in this video, but recently I wanted to join a yoga studio and I was surprised by how expensive it is. For a membership that allows me to join
250
one
euros.
lesson per week, I would pay around 40 to 50 euros a month. And if you want unlimited,
Okay,
the price
way
would
cheaper.
be around 80 euros. Now,
That's pretty good. I don't think that's
the
that bad.
logical question comes, what's the average salary in the Netherlands? At the moment,
Shoot, what's the average salary in the Netherlands? 85,000? Maybe
it's
90,000?
44,000 euros
44,000 is the average? Really? I thought it was way higher than
per
that.
year. Whether it's a lot or too little depends on how you compare it to the cost of living and expenses. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Keeping these things in mind will help you integrate in the Netherlands smoother. And if you want to know how much you should expect to spend in the Netherlands, or if the most common stereotypes about this country are true,
This is really good. I'm gonna subscribe to her. That was an awesome video. Give her a like. And yeah, that was good. Thanks for the recommendation, you guys. I feel like I got some good information. I had no idea about the health stuff that she covered there. If anyone wants to send me some more info on that, I'd be really curious to kind of dig into it a little deeper. Or the tax system. I did a tax video. When did we do this? Not too long ago. We didn't get many views on it, but it's interesting for me because we all pay taxes. So, all right, I'm getting out of here. Appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.